In a quiet town somewhere in the USA, two CIA Black Ops agents, Greg Vickers and Alice Kerr, are acting like a couple. This is part of their plan to raid an FSB safe house that looks just like a normal home. They walk up to the house, pretending they're lost and need directions. Hidden in the trees behind the house is the rest of their team, called Overwatch. CIA officer James Silva leads this team, with agents Sam and William ready to help. Back at base, CIA officer James Bishop and his team are watching everything. They use special heat cameras to see that 5 people are inside the house. Bishop reminds everyone they need to find and destroy shipments of cesium before bad people can turn it into weapons. Alice rings the doorbell. When a woman opens the door, Greg throws a flash grenade inside. Then he rushes in with his gun out. They tie up the KGB agents while Sam and William come in to help. James stays outside to keep watch. The team collects fingerprints and eye scans from all the KGB agents. William breaks open a safe to take all the hard drives and secret information. While the team is working, someone at base notices a faint heat signal in the house. They tell Bishop, who warns Silva right away. Silva sends Sam and Alice to check it out. They find what seems to be an empty hallway, but then they realize there's a hidden room. Suddenly, Alice gets hit by a shotgun blast. The other KGB agents use this chance to grab weapons. In the fight that follows, Greg gets shot and dies. One Russian sets the house on fire and tries to run away from the CIA agents. He falls through a window and gets hurt. Silva walks over to him, and Bishop says it's okay to kill him. The Russian says Silva is making a mistake, but Silva shoots him anyway. After getting all the information they came for, the team leaves the house just before it explodes. Bishop makes sure to erase all security camera footage of their escape. The news later reports the story in a different way. The government says it was the FSB attacking their own people to make it look like the US did it. The main story is about Anatol Kuragin, an 18-year-old who Silva killed in the yard. We learn more about Silva's past. He was very smart as a child, but often got violent. After his mother and twin brothers died in an accident, he changed. The CIA trained him, and he became a top Black Ops agent. 16 months pass. In a made-up country called Indokar, Lenore burns everything that could identify who she is. In another part of the country, Silva meets Sam and William at a restaurant. He's angry because their earlier mission to find cesium failed. The tip came from Alice's contact, and Silva is furious that they haven't made any progress. When Sam gets a birthday cake, Silva throws it on the floor and says, "No birthdays." Later, Silva bursts into the women's bathroom to yell at Alice about her source. Her source works in local special forces, but Silva doesn't trust the local police. He tells Alice to fix the problem. Alice says she's working on it. Sam comes in and reminds Silva that the sign outside says ladies. At the US Embassy that day, Silva is still questioning Alice about her source when she gets a call from her ex-husband. Silva tells her to handle that problem and get back to work. He leaves to talk to someone who walked in with information. Alice calls her ex-husband and they start fighting right away. She's been missing their daughter's appointments. Her ex-husband keeps mentioning that the stepmother is doing Alice's job. He's trying to make Alice swear so he can record it. Silva finishes his meeting and comes to get Alice, happy she dealt with her problem. Meanwhile, on an FSB spy plane, an important government official meets with Army Lieutenant Alexander Asanov. They're getting ready to start their plan. The official looks at Lenore's file. Back at the station, Silva tells Chief Johnny Porter about the bad information, but takes the blame himself because their source has been reliable before. Johnny isn't happy with how the team is doing. He tells them they need to do better. Silva and Alice go out for lunch. She tells him about her family problems because she's always working. Silva doesn't feel sorry for her. This is the job she chose to do. Then we see Lenore crash through the embassy barriers in a car. He holds up a drive and gives himself up to the soldiers. We notice him secretly counting on his fingers. In Russia, the FSB spy plane gets ready to leave. Alexander tells the official that soon America will learn they aren't weak. Lenore is arrested, and Alice says he's her source. The disk he gave them shows where all 6 sets of cesium are hidden, but he'll only give the password when he gets asylum and a flight out of the country. Alice goes to talk to Lenore. Meanwhile, someone figures out the drive is in Ouroboros. It will destroy itself in 8 hours. Lenore won't unlock the drive until he's safely away. Alice threatens him, reminding him he can't make demands since his last information was wrong. But Lenore says his information was right. She just needs to look closer. It turns out there really was cesium hidden in some paintings they didn't check. Silva asks Johnny to bring back Overwatch to move Lenore and get the cesium. Johnny says he'll think about it. Later, Indokar's chief of security Axel and the foreign minister come to the embassy asking for a meeting. Ambassador Brady tells the team about this. Silva yells at the tech team for not cracking the drive yet. He reminds them how horrible a cesium weapon would be. On the spy plane, the official hears that Lenore made it to the embassy but is still alive. Lenore takes a lie detector test. They ask him about what's on the drive and if he plans to give them the code. He passes the test easily. Then they handcuff him to a bed in the medical area so a doctor can check him over. While being examined, Lenore realizes these might not be real doctors. The men try to kill him, calling him a traitor, but Lenore shows amazing fighting skills as he battles them. He gets hurt badly, and the men almost win, but Lenore focuses and takes both men down in a brutal way. When security arrives, they find Lenore kneeling there, covered in blood. Ambassador Brady meets with Axel and the foreign minister. They want Lenore handed over to them, saying he's wanted for spying. Silva joins the meeting and hears Axel claim that Lenore is just a corrupt low-level cop, but Silva knows they wouldn't be there if that was true. Brady then gets a call about the fight. Axel says they didn't have men inside the embassy, but Brady tells them if they did, those men are now dead. Silva watches the security video of Lenore fighting off the killers. He decides Lenore must be very important. We then see the Overwatch agents and their support team arrive at their secret base. They set up their equipment for the mission ahead. Meanwhile, the FSB plane is in the air. Alexander is waiting for a chance to hack into Overwatch's network once they start moving. This will create a way in for them. Bishop tells the team about their mission. They need to transport Lenore 22 miles to their airfield. They believe that once Lenore is safe, they can get the cesium. The team members all sign papers saying they have no connection to the US government. They are now ghosts. Silva visits Lenore one last time. Lenore is still counting on his fingers. Silva checks his pulse and asks if he's telling the truth. Lenore's answer satisfies Silva. As they get ready to move, the team puts Lenore in their transport vehicle. They turn on their private communication network. This is exactly what Alexander has been waiting for. Silva rides in one car, with another car following as backup. While driving, Silva asks Lenore why he's betraying his government. Lenore explains that his whole family was killed. This mission is his way to get revenge and escape safely. Back at their base, the Overwatch team helps guide them through busy streets. They redirect them away from traffic and hack into traffic lights to make them all green. All this time, Alexander is listening to everything they say. Soon, a group of motorcycle riders starts following the convoy. Suddenly, all communications and video feeds at the base go dark. During this blackout, one of the bikers gets close and sticks a bomb onto the back car. When Overwatch communications come back online, the team thinks everything is fine as the bikers ride away. The analysts quickly check the satellite footage to see what happened, but they realize too late that a bomb was planted. The bomb explodes, killing 3 agents in the car behind and badly hurting Sam. The bikers stop a short distance away and start shooting at Silva's car. They manage to disable it with the bomb. Stuck in the middle of the street, the team takes cover and shoots back at the attackers. Alice runs to Sam, who is bleeding heavily, trying to help her breathe. Bishop's team spots a good getaway car nearby. Silva tells William to push forward against the bikers while providing cover fire. As William does this, Silva moves around to the side and shoots the attackers. Alice tries to help Sam stand up, but a grenade explodes nearby. Silva sees the threat and shoots the person who threw it. 2 men try to kill Lenore, but with Silva's help, Lenore manages to fight them off. William gets the new car ready. Silva realizes Sam won't survive. He tells her she did a good job and leaves her with 2 grenades. Silva, Alice, William, and Lenore escape in the new car. Sam is surrounded by enemies, but she sets off the grenades. Silva is running out of patience with Lenore and demands the code, but Lenore still refuses to give it. Lenore says he'll give the code once they reach the plane. Bishop has his team find a safe house nearby, a restaurant that serves as a cover. Their contact gives them more ammunition while the Overwatch team checks the restaurant for any threats. They arrange for a car to meet them there soon. Meanwhile, Alexander is getting closer to finding the team. Bishop looks at Lenore's files and sees he studied in another country, but this information has been blacked out. They listen in on police communications and hear them clearing people from the area around them. Silva spots Axel sitting outside the restaurant. Armed bikers are also waiting nearby. Silva goes outside to talk to Axel, even though Bishop told him not to. Silva warns him to stop chasing them, but Axel says he's just doing his job and won't stop until Lenore is handed over. Silva tells him to be ready for whatever happens next. Bishop orders them to leave, and Alice grabs Lenore. 2 women had entered the restaurant, and as they leave, Silva realizes too late that they planted a bomb. It explodes. Silva recovers, but then another grenade lands nearby and explodes, throwing William backward and hurting his legs. Alice runs back to help him, but the 2 female assassins attack. Silva almost loses the fight until Lenore jumps in to help. Alice helps William get out while Silva and Lenore fight the women assassins. They defeat the women, but then come under heavy gunfire from the bikers. They manage to escape back to their car. Silva wants a different car because William needs more space, but they don't have much time left and need to get to the airstrip. Suddenly, their car is hit and stops working. The bikers surround them. William tells the others to leave without him. Alice and Lenore escape into a building behind them while Silva helps William prepare for his final stand. Silva tells him to give them hell and leaves. William starts shooting at the gunman, taking down several, but he gets shot too many times. Axel walks over to William and finishes him off. Meanwhile, Silva, Alice, and Lenore move through the building, looking for a way out. Bishop guides them from afar. Axel's men are chasing them and getting closer. Silva leads them toward the exit, but Axel and his men block their way. This forces them to go back, and Alice gets separated from the others. Alice runs into an apartment to find another way out. She tries to hold the men back by shooting at them. Meanwhile, Silva and Lenore are being pushed back and slowly surrounded by enemies. The men keep coming after Alice, who realizes she's trapped. Silva calls Bishop on the radio, who tells him the exit is right behind him, but Silva refuses to leave Alice behind and asks Lenore to help save her. Alice comes up with a plan. She sets a grenade trap on the door and puts another grenade on the wall behind her. She hides behind a bed. When a man tries to enter the room, the grenades explode, killing him and blowing a hole in the wall to the next apartment. She goes looking for Silva, killing enemies as she goes. Silva and Lenore are searching for Alice. Lenore runs into some gunmen, but his fighting skills are amazing. Even though he's outnumbered, he battles them successfully. Silva keeps moving forward, taking out men as he finds them. He soon runs into Axel, and they start shooting at each other and trading insults. Alice faces a very big man. At first, she pretends to cry, telling him she's just a mother, but when he comes close, she stabs him many times. However, the man is still standing and attacks her, throwing her around violently. Silva throws a grenade at Axel and moves toward him, but Axel has disappeared. Silva reunites with Lenore. Silva and Lenore keep moving toward Alice. She's fighting for her life, being choked by the big man. Just when she's about to pass out, the man is shot dead as Silva and Lenore arrive. They hurry out of the building. Bishop guides them to a truck they can use to escape. They get in and race away, but by now, Alexander has found where Overwatch is hiding. He signals his team on the ground to attack. Silva, Alice, and Lenore speed toward the airstrip. The hard drive is in its final minutes before self-destruction. They're almost there when Axel appears and blocks the road ahead of them. Bishop has a solution. He sends a drone that hits Axel with a missile, killing him instantly. The team reaches the runway at last. Silva demands the code from Lenore, who finally gives it to them. They unlock the drive and find where all the cesium is stored. Lenore is free to leave now. He boards the plane with Alice, who's going to visit her daughter. As they get on the plane, one agent notices something strange. Lenore's heart is beating very fast. They don't understand why. Suddenly, their computers are hacked, and a coded picture begins to appear on their screens. Alexander tells the high-ranking official that it's time, and she's ready to watch everything happen. The Overwatch team realizes the access code is the Russian word for Christmas, the address of the Russian safe house they raided at the beginning. Bishop suddenly understands they've been tricked. Lenore wasn't working against Russia. He was a triple agent working for them all along. As Kurajin's picture appears on screen, a Russian team bursts into Overwatch's room and kills everyone. On the plane, Alice realizes too late that Lenore has taken a gun. The last thing we hear is him trying to seize control. It's revealed Kurajin was the daughter of a top Russian official and used Lenore to lead her team to Overwatch. Later, Silva admits Overwatch was outplayed. In the final scene, he looks at Lenore's photo, vowing revenge.